Hello beautiful people, it's Celia Motsuning here. If you're coming across this YouTube channel for the very first time, welcome. And if you're a return subscriber or just a person that has just subscribed, and to all my day one supporters, I highly appreciate you for all the time, data and opportunities that you're taking to watch my videos. You do know how much I appreciated that over this whole year. I'm still appreciative even now. Yes, as promised, we did talk about stroke in one of the videos, which I will just attach its link on this video. I did explain what the stroke is, different categories of stroke, and now today we're going to discuss who are the people that are at risk. Who is at risk of getting a stroke? People were under an impression that stroke attacks people who are old. Unfortunately, it is not the case. Maybe it was the case in the past and in the long past, because already there are many people that are far younger that have been affected by stroke. Now, this tells you that actually no one should let their guard down. We are almost all of us at risk of stroke. So I'm just gonna talk about the outstanding things that make you more at risk. Actually, all of us are at risk, young and old. But the older you are, or the older you become, the more the risk. So, of course, people who are older are far more at risk than young people. But young people are not off the hook as well, as there is a research that shows that 10 of all the strokes in the world, 10 to 15% affects children and people who are less than 45. And people who are less than 45, I'm talking any age, including children, 10-year-olds, 16-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 30s, 40s, up until 45. 10 to 15% of all the strokes are composite of people who are younger than 45. So that shows you that everybody is at risk, because you never know whether you can be part of that statistic of 10 to 15% or not. And then, but let us specify this, that the more over 45 you are, the more the risk, even worse. Now, let's look at the people who are more at risk. People with hypertension. Hypertension is what we call high blood pressure. The normal high blood pressure of an adult should be 120/80. Now, if those numbers are not like that, you are at risk of having a stroke. The other people who are at risk of having a stroke are people with diabetes. Diabetes itself is making the veins and arteries smaller, because there is a residue that gets into the veins that makes the circumference, or rather not the circumference, the radius of the veins and arteries to be smaller, and as a result that increases the risk of a person to get stroke. Another thing that causes a person to have a risk is lifestyle. Lifestyle includes the food that we are taking, the drinks that we are taking, the drugs that we are taking, stress level, because these are the things that particularly the young people are mostly guilty of. People who are younger are more likely to eat fast foods, which are made of oil, fats, mostly they are fried. So that kind of food increases the risks of contracting stroke. And the lifestyle, the drugs, smoking, drinking, that life in jail altogether, it's also contributing a lot towards the risks of stroke. And stress as well, because stress increases hypertension, and sometimes if you are still prone to diabetes, it may also add and kickstart or facilitate the beginning of diabetes, and as a result increasing the risks of stroke. Another thing is family history. If you have a family history of stroke, somebody in the family was hit by stroke, or whether as an aunt, uncle, mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, if in the family, in the lineage, there is a history of stroke, just know that you are also at risk of having a stroke. And another thing that contributes to the stroke is the belly size. Guys, I do know that I'm one of those who are at risk, because the belly itself, the big belly, puts you at risk of two things actually. It puts you at risk of the stroke and the heart attack. So it's important that we try and control the carb, guys. That belly, that big belly, is also a culprit that makes us prone to stroke. Hey, and I have that big one, eh? I really do have that. So for people who are like me, who have got big belly, just know that we are at risk. And now I have been attacked by stroke, and TIA first and then stroke after, and I'm still at risk because the big belly is still here. The hypertension I keep controlled all the time, and the diabetes I also keep controlled. And another thing, almost forgot, cholesterol. High cholesterol also puts you at risk of having a stroke. Cholesterol, we get it from the fatty foods. All the fatty foods that you can think of, particularly the fried ones, majority of them have got cholesterol. Meat, red meat, is one of the culprits that increases cholesterol. So there are many things that are causing cholesterol, even though there is good cholesterol, but mainly the foods that we're eating that are unhealthy are culprits of high cholesterol, and when we eat them, they are also helping to build fatty deposits in our veins and arteries, as a result increasing the risk of us getting a stroke. So guys, it's a high time that we try and take care of ourselves better. I'm guilty of not. I'm trying to do better by myself. So anybody that would like to join, let's fight this thing, because really stroke is a silent killer. not just a silent killer, a serial killer that has killed many people over the years. It has got so many graves. So many graves are attributed to stroke, and we are not talking about this illness enough. We absolutely have to talk about this, and not just talk, but act towards trying to save our lives by avoiding the things that are putting us at risk. And let me put a disclaimer, which I was supposed to have put at the beginning, but it's never too late. I am no expert. I'm not a medical expert. I'm not in the medical field. I am nowhere near that, but I am a survivor of stroke, and that has influenced me to talk about stroke even before Mampintsha was attacked by stroke. Remember, I did record a video of how I survived TIA and stroke, because I had realized already by then that, man, there are people that have been through stroke, and this illness, as much as I have survived it, there was a reason. Let me warn the others, let me warn other people. So that is what I'm intending to do. And now Mampintsha's passing has also motivated me to try to start this talk about it. It doesn't get enough views. All my stroke videos are not getting enough views, but really I really do wish we can share this, because so many people are at risk without knowing. People do not know that they are at risk, but many people are at risk. Thank you for watching up until this far, and please remember to like, share and comment in the comment section. You do know that liking and sharing and also watching the adverts does help a lot for the YouTuber, because that is how we earn our revenue here on YouTube. Please make some time to watch a few adverts just to support you girl here. Thank you so much, and bye bye.